started then, shall we? So, chapter 2, gentlemen. Last we left off, you were about to have another group meeting.
Oh yeah, that's what we were going to do.
That sounds about right.
beginning.
Actually, let me pull open my notes real quick, too, for this.
Yeah. You know,
Notes?
that's something that makes me horrible. I actually almost never keep notes. Not unless I feel it's personally about, something I want to keep track of.
Epic, I am horrible at keeping notes because I have a semi-decent memory, so I usually don't bother.
Same, most of the time.
Okay, I'm on my desktop now.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Totally gets me in trouble sometimes, though.
I mean, I'm taking notes because this is an investigation thing, and I made
Yeah.
a character with the express point of investigating, not fighting. So,
Okay.
To be fair, I did not make this character with the point of investigation in mind.
Alright,
Exactly.
do you need me to reiterate what were the last things you discovered?
I have something
I mean,
written
Epic
down.
missed the last part. We should reiterate that.
Was there
one for him.
anything super important in that last bit besides, Steel going over to the thing and spilling his guts?
Some
we
more
ID'd a bunch about,
information. Some information,
Yeah, we ID'd more
but
about the
you...
nurse.
Aruman, how are you so loud?
You can turn him down. Jeez.
He's at 3%
I need to turn you down to 3%. There.
So,
That's just, for some
let's-
reason, that's just how it goes.
most of this stuff you're gonna be reiterating in the meeting anyway, so... Armand ended up investigating with Kraft, I think, the nurse, and they discovered, like,
Yes.
2.5, 3 years back, a change in behavior, which probably was when she was ghouled. So you have a timeline of when these fuckers might have shown up, or at least moved into the hospital.
That could help out in general a lot. So.
Yeah, Steel was being investigated in return for some purpose by the nurse, and Demi was watching the hospital, but he did not luck out in seeing anything too weird. But,
Yeah,
he has a good lockdown on the things there. And you, of course, discovered the Fight Club.
I discovered Fight Club. Fight
And
Club
I
is
ID'd
shit.
one of the clans with potence, or no, fortitude, sorry.
Well,
Well,
all he
besides
described
that-
was that it was less impactful than what it was supposed to be. So,
Hey,
about any
it's
vampire?
it's bashing.
Yeah.
So
Anyone that is physically focused would be able to take that, so it's hard to tell.
Hmm.
Probably a Bruja, maybe a Gangrel, possibly.
it's
a Tornado.
irrelevant.
It's too many, anyways.
You can narrow it to, like,
chances are it's a
maybe...
Bruja. But that's more because it's a Fight Club. That just means it's most likely a Bruja.
I mean, it could totally be a fucking Nosferatu.
Yeah, you can
no,
narrow it to a
No.
great many clans, but yeah, if it's a Nosferatu, it's someone that's really expecting to obfuscate a lot.
like a whole shit ton, because that was a major Wits, what was it, Wits stealth roll to keep it up.
Well, if your body shape is not exceptionally different, then it wouldn't be that hard, because it's not that big a difference. But that does also rule out a lot of Nosferatu, because many of them do get twisted in the proportion of limbs and the like, so... good chance
I
that it
put
isn't
that on
one.
a very, very, very unlikely scale.
At this point, it's a likely scenario. So
Anyways, back to the meeting.
Yep.
yeah,
We can just assume, unless there's something you wish to raise specifically about your investigations, that you share the general gist of what you've discovered.
I managed to find a vampire. What?
What?
Ah.
Please describe him for me. I might know something
Oh,
about.
I did better.
What
I got a
abilities?
name too.
Oh, jeez. Please give us the name. We can investigate that a lot.
So yeah, went over to the Fight Club, found this gal who was taking a lot less serious damage than she should have been. I I don't remember her name. I know I got it though.
Someone's not doing too hot. Okay. Clear sight. Right. With the paranoia clear sight stuff that we did.
I was
What's
rolling clear
Demi?
sight for Demi, yes.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Any opposed
Don't worry.
rolls for obfuscated vampires are hidden.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It was
Roll it.
perception alertness at 6 because it's a hidden difficulty, right?
Yes, it is a hidden difficulty, so roll.
Yep. Okay. Just double checking.
3 ones.
There's a Nosferatu and 5 ghouls there, covered by Cloak the Gathering. The sheriff was already informed.
Yay! Great, we're dead. Let's continue on.
Yeah. But I'm guessing we actually see nothing. Yeah. I'm guessing we see nothing
Unless you're warding off a vampire, botching True Fate does nothing. If you botch True Fate while warding off a vampire, you get fangs in your neck.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah.
But, yes. So, I tell him the name of the vampire, who I am actually really certain is a vampire. So, yay!
What more proof if other than that? The hitting thing. Do you have
Yep.
that is vampire?
I will make
Well,
her actually visible to your senses in the
Carla
journal.
Carla Wells.
Carla Wells. Interesting.
Totally be a Bruja.
Fun times.
Actually, that is fun times. I'd really prefer
Yeah.
fighting a Bruja over anything else.
Yeah,
Things with
Yeah,
aspects.
They're the least likely to screw you over with esoteric BS.
they'll just
As long as
break
they don't
your
have
face.
aspects, I'll be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll just break your face, but
As long
you
as they
have to
don't
break
have
your-
aspects or obfuscate, I'm pretty happy fighting them. If they have either of those, fuck them.
I mean, specking into one level of obfuscate as out of clan for a neonate is perhaps a
It's
survival
alright, and I
tactic.
don't mind the first dot. What about that second dot? That's bullshit. I can shine a light everywhere with the first dot and maybe get lucky. I can't do that with number 2.
Not the way we rule the first dot. We just ruled it that you can't move. As long as you stay still, you can't stay hidden, essentially.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's a little bit better for the vampire then.
Yeah, it's not... Long ago we house ruled that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We almost never use it anyway.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Used all the time. Like there's literally a Balkavian staying very still hanging from the ceiling right now. Wait, what?
Sweet.
Yeah. Sweet.
But yeah. Well, from my expertise in fighting, I can guarantee you that what she was doing was supernatural.
Might be a werewolf. In her non-breed form.
And the way she took the hit was, it had significant impact, but didn't do much to her. She played it off pretty well, but I could tell.
You see, that's the problem for Humies. Any supernatural who's using any of their natural gifts is unlikely to be distinguished from another unless they're using something unique to them.
You'd be fairly wrong. A werewolf would still totally get hit pretty hard,
Yeah.
especially in their normal.
A werewolf wouldn't have soaked as well in game terms.
Well, it will have soaked with his non-breeding form stats.
I mean,
It's a human.
they would basically
yeah.
still soak the same way as a human would. Is what I'm saying.
It is hard to tell sometimes, because if they heal the bashing damage in like, 2 or 3 turns from a solid hit, then it might look like they just shrugged it off and were waiting for an opening.
Possibly, but you described
Yeah.
it very differently from that. So, no.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Thanks.
stop trying to throw things out there that are pretty unlikely.
Fair enough.
Definitely not a werewolf. It was immediate.
No, it's.
I mean, the real problem is that you haven't actually, figured out where the Earthbound is hiding yet, right?
There's
I don't
always
care
the
about
ability-
Earthbound.
It's above our pay grade.
It is.
I'll
It
punch
really
it when
is.
I see it, okay?
Okay.
Oh
That's my
God.
job.
Uh, okay, so about my own thing. Um, I was basically coerced into going out drinking with the head nurse, and I have a feeling she was way too eager about it. And I might have raised more suspicion on me.
So, you're totally being looked into.
Yes.
Now, are you being looked into as a hunter or as a possible ghoul?
No fucking clue.
Right.
I mean, there was literally no clue. So
So, we need to try and take care of your problem particularly fast, if at all possible.
yes.
Problem is, we still have no idea where to look for your problem.
Hey, Draco, would in the conversation get here to also talk about stuff?
You were
You didn't
mostly
try that.
focused on, getting away with looking friendly, and if you had managed to beat her there, you might have ticked down a suspicion dot. But, yeah.
The dice said no.
Yeah, sometimes they do. That's how
You
it
can
works.
try and confront her. This will mean another suspicion dot automatically, but you'll get a chance to interrogate her.
Yeah, let's confront her why she was way too eager. As a perfectly normal
Well,
doctor.
this
He's
next
talking
week.
about now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not talking about then.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the sum up of my own.
Okay. What about the rest?
I suppose I'll go for me and craft.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
Which is mostly the that we figured out that the head nurse, if she's under the influence of a vampire, which we're pretty certain at this point, is that she's definitely a ghoul, and we've ID'd a possible point at which she was possible time at which she has been ghouled.
How long
Also
ago
figure
was
out-
this?
yeah. About 2 years ago, if I remember the
2 or
the
3
right-
years.
2 or 3
Vaguely
years.
that time.
Anything else somewhat suspicious about her? Did she have any like I don't remember. Did she have
She
any weird
was
accounts or anything?
She was also extremely good at coercing people.
That's probably
You
just-
did discover essentially a savings account, so the extra money she's getting, she
Yeah.
is saving that. It's not going
She's
to something
basically
specific.
she's taking extra night shifts and stuff, and she's squirreling that money away. But we couldn't figure out what she might want to use it for.
Yeah, it could be
Okay,
for
so it
anything
didn't
at
have
this point.
any particular title or anything like that that you could tell?
Title. Sorry, out of character. I'm confused about what the question is supposed to mean.
You can name your accounts like stuff. Look, I'll
Yes, a lot of
I'll
people
take
that
it.
do money,
So,
they name
Chris,
their
anything?
accounts.
Nest egg, probably.
Mm.
Nest egg.
Welcome to
Devin.
Malkavians. They're not obliged to make sense.
Actually, no, that makes perfect sense. That's fine.
Yes.
Call
It,
it a nest egg.
actually does.
Yeah, it's
The
something
account-
something that implies that it's a reserve.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just a savings account in case something goes bad.
Were
it
you
looks
able
like
to
that.
see what was in the account? If there was any withdrawals or anything like that?
You got plenty of success on that, so yeah, you would have been able to like talk someone into, sharing that. And no, mostly money is going in.
Just going in. So it really is a nest egg. Okay. What it's for, who knows? But
What about willpower?
You get 2
What
points
about-
for another week spent on the job.
So we should probably start investigating that possible vampire you have there.
Yeah, that's probably for the best at the moment. Do note that she hangs around the fight clubs and, well, the fight club particularly. Might be able to find something about her from there.
Okay. And the fight
Other
club
than
is in
that,
XX
looking up her
location.
name and seeing whatever might be applicable there.
Yes, yes. So staking out the fight club might be a good idea, or do we leave that to what's Demi's character now again?
I don't remember. God damn it.
James, I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
James says that he's already keeping an eye on the hospital to see if he can identify
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to
more.
stay at the hospital for
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, we can't stop.
So-
We can't stop observing someone who might lead us to another vampire if we already are on, even though we're on the trail of one. That's why there
More
are five of
accurate.
us.
To be more accurate,
Yes.
Chris had mentioned last time that it would take 2 weeks to really scope it out the way you wanted. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I will also mention from James that, well, if David is in danger, then having someone who can help nearby could be very valuable if he gets confronted.
Truer words are never spoken there.
oh yeah. I do think that trying to figure out who she is and everything is pretty good. Besides that, quick question. Uh, did I happen to see what vehicle she drove or anything like that?
She probably left on foot. She's not the kind that needs to worry about the nighttime streets.
Good to know. So, she might even have her haven nearby.
I'm just imagining a bruja, just hands folded in her lap, just sitting on a public bus, driving home in the morning.
Oh my.
If she's walking, she probably has a haven nearby.
Mhm. But yeah, you did not essentially try to follow her, so you don't know.
Nope,
But
I was very intentional about not following
yeah,
her.
if she has a car, it wasn't parked at the fight club; it was parked away.
Yep. All right. So, besides that, I suppose I'll just continue hanging around the bouncer scene to see if I can see anything else that drops in. Besides that, just see what you guys can find on her name, and well, hopefully, maybe this time you guys should actually split, because just start trying to look into any contacts the nurse has, one of you, and the other try and find out anything on the name of this gal.
Yes.
Or do both for what, or you can both do one or the other. Whatever you feel is more effective. We're not in a hurry.
You would like to disagree?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
We'll try and help Steel still. Yeah, go and continue looking into Steel's nurse problem.
His
Hmm.
nurse problem.
So you
Finding
had
out the
a
contact.
Steel. Your alternate identity was essentially similar to your real one. He was also a retired army doctor, right?
Yeah. It's more or less identical, almost, but it's like parallel.
Uh-huh.
So he fits right into the role. Just different.
Okay.
Basically, he changed his church affiliations, I believe, basically.
Yeah, like
I
same shit,
might
different
need to roll
spiritual knowledge.
perception investigation on someone for a background check. Let's see which of the ghouls has better stats for this.
Yeah. Also, this thing has been worked on, so it's pretty legit.
Don't worry.
worry.
It's either really hard for them or they're going to need a whole shit ton of successes. Probably both. So
Mhm.
Well, Steel
or
did
rather,
give
you
them
could worry if you want, but it's up to you.
What? Can you
Yeah,
repeat
Steel
that?
Steel did give them some lead based on that very long conversation with the nurse. But they would essentially need to outdo his alternate identity rating at this point in successes. So they need 5 in order to find something suspicious in there.
Sweet.
Yeah, no.
All right. Then let's continue on. Time for the next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Epic, what are you doing?
I'm going to continue hanging around the bouncer scene. I don't feel a particular reason to go back to the fight club without, trying to find out more about the gal. So I'm just going to see if anything falls in my lap in the bouncer scene.
Okay. Roll me. Huh. Let's see. You know what? Roll me an unlikely luck. This is really it's really unlikely that you would get something here, but there's always a chance.
Sure.
Looks like the dice wanted to find something.
Yeah.
Hmm. I was thinking more in the lines of 9 or 10, but let's see. Well, I'm gonna say that there is a fight, and someone gets their arm broken, and they are happily sent over to the hospital. So, yeah, this is gonna be up to Steel to exploit,
Mm, yeah.
but sure.
It's something.
Do you want him that these guys are coming, Epic? Out of curiosity?
Was there anything particularly weird about them?
No. This is more an opportunity for him to see if anything weird knocks loose based on how the people in the hospital react when someone with a, bad open break comes in.
Um. Let's see. My character does have medicine. Uh.
You would know that it's not a good wound.
I mean, he probably had something close to it through his years, so
You know what? This is probably the closest hospital, isn't it?
It's
yeah.
pretty much the only major hospital in the city.
I'd
And
give him a call real
What
quick.
is the closest
tell him
hospital,
what's coming
actually?
in. Yeah, I'd go ahead
It
and
is the
call him.
closest
Tell him
hospital.
it's coming.
See, there, you just take the main roads and then you get there.
I mean,
Yeah.
It is
it's
a major
pretty
hospital.
much the only hospital in this side
okay,
of the river,
So-
basically.
Steel, what are you doing this
Yes.
week? Mostly avoiding suspicion, I assume?
I mean, I'm just doing my normal stuff, my routine that I have established,
Uh-huh.
and if I'm getting like a warning, a text or something, I'm going to look into it as they come into the ER and try and scope out the general atmosphere and what if some people overreact or underreact
Okay.
depending on the wound.
Give
And of
me
course, yeah.
a perception alertness at 6 then.
It might be something. I'm going to spend a willpower point.
Okay.
Oh, 2 successes.
Okay. The dude is rushed in and yeah, you know, you're specialized, more or less in combat medicine, in first aid in particular. And you can make sure that the dude is gonna be well, not necessarily okay, but that he's not gonna bleed out or go into horrible amounts of shock, etc., any more than he already
Yeah.
has. But he is gonna need emergency surgery if he's gonna keep use of that arm.
That's what? Dex medicine?
Uh, he is gonna be moved over to the surgical ward, as so you can do wits medicine to see how well you stabilize him. But unless
Yeah.
you're volunteering to assist with the surgery, he is gonna be
mean,
moved to
what-
the.
What is the protocol? They just go and they have a different set of surgeons to do it?
Generally.
There's essentially gonna be a trauma surgeon or two on call for situations like this. So there's probably someone rushing over right now.
Yeah, I'm going to first try and stabilize the guy.
Okay?
So with medicine. At what difficulty?
Uh, at 6, this will be dependent upon the number of success.
That's
That being said, still, you have established yourself as someone.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
who-
out of place for you to help volunteer
Yes.
for this guy.
Yeah, but my first concern is to, see it now.
Keep him stable
stabilize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just, go with the gurney, like, to the operating room, start scrubbing in, etc.
After I stabilize and everything, I follow suit because they're probably underhand or something. So,
Okay.
make sure.
It's a hospital. It's likely always underhand.
Yeah.
Underhand.
This is an emergency, so yeah, I'm going. As
Okay.
as a helper. As a helper.
Okay, so you're gonna be moving into surgery. There's gonna be another doctor there, and you're gonna be like, playing second fiddle essentially. So
Yep.
these are gonna be. This is gonna be an extended roll, at difficulty 8, with the other dude leading.
Okay.
Okay.
In other words, you're rolling to assist, not to
That-
act.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what is the role?
It's 8. Difficulty 8.
Dex medicine at 8.
This is totally in my nature to spend willpower on.
Sure.
Save the man. Do it.
Yeah, like it's totally in my thing. At 8,
Mm-hmm.
I have spent my willpower. One success. Fuck.
Just means you
Hey.
weren't super helpful.
I mean,
You were helpful,
It's-
just not super
it's
helpful.
not field medic, so it doesn't count. Even
Yeah,
if it has it on.
it wouldn't. You did make this significantly easier with high quality first aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn.
Uh,
Go ahead, make up your mind.
Or flip a coin.
You
Either
are
one works.
probably saving this dude's livelihood.
yeah, I'm spending another willpower. My character will totally do it. He's clutching everything
He's
at this
still
point.
popping the sherry.
Well, I'm glad he
Yeah,
did.
I'm glad I did. Ugh.
It wouldn't have been a botch, but at least you didn't do anything bad.
He just.
Yeah, I still
The surgeon just throws you a glance and says, "Keep it together, man."
The surgeon is
still a
schooling you.
success. It's still a success.
It is, but you're not really helping him. You're just, doing the bare minimum effectively to not make it worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm spending another willpower.
That surgeon is kicking ass.
Yeah, but he also has 10 dice, so
Yeah,
No, that surgeon is straight kicking ass.
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
2 successes. 2
you
successes.
finally help.
Ugh.
It's like the end of one of those hospital episodes. The one guy's just
Yeah.
being somewhat kind of not in the way, but not really helping until just the last instant where he finally does things right.
I mean, he did stabilize the fuck out of him. So.
You got 7 successes, so I will let
Ugh.
you guys have one more roll before difficulty starts going up for essentially stressing the body with immense amounts of surgery.
We're keeping the surgery going.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you're trying to save his arm. Of course you're keeping the
Yeah,
surgery going.
yeah. I'm spending it. I'm spending another one.
Okay.
Again, I helped. Ah, fuck.
13
This is stressful.
successes total.
Give me a perception medicine roll. At 6.
Perception medicine. So 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh no,
You know-
it's a zombie.
Zamitzi anti-tribute, get fucked!
No,
Well,
it's
that would be a real
yeah,
get fucked moment, but would be an
Victoria
interesting.
Darwin visited.
So this is to make sure he's fine and everything, right?
You don't
Yep.
know, Steel. Use perception medicine.
I'm going to hold the last one for now. Spend extra. At 7, at 6.
At 6.
Oh,
What are your
is this where we congratulate
specializations?
Steel?
You only allowed us to have on the stuff that they
Yes.
always have.
So you
specializations.
have like combat medicine, right?
Field medic and biology, but that's science. So
Yeah. I will allow field medic to apply. You are not sure. Well, you're pretty sure that you couldn't have saved that arm. And this dude is exceptionally good. Usually doctors like that work in big cities for big monies.
so too good to be here. It's what I'm.
Well,
what
I
I'm
think
hearing.
I think there was a hint already about that personally.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm gonna laugh if it ends up that that's a Malkavian who managed to get vicissitude off of one of the worse off Zemacy.
dude, vicissitude isn't that subtle.
Yeah.
So I doubt it.
You would have gotten perception alertness rolls if he had been using disciplines in there. Actively anyway.
Yep.
Like he's just that good at it.
Yeah.
Or he
I
blood
mean,
buff.
most likely, he's somebody with celerity, actually. Huh.
So we have. So that's all I get, right?
Yep.
The patient is fine.
The patient
We
is
finished.
fine. Better than he had any right to be.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
The next roll, the difficulty would have gone up to 9. At that point, someone would have botched.
Yeah, probably. Oof.
You can try and go after him. He just, make sure that patient's gonna be okay, tells the nurses to move him to a room, and he's leaving. You can follow and try and talk to him still, if you're feeling brave.
I am almost completely drained out of willpower. I think I don't want to do that.
What you
Come
probably
on,
do
man.
want to do is find out what his name is and
Yeah.
have our investigators look into him. How's
Like I'm
that?
trying to find out the name, like see a tag or something if it has on him. At least the name.
Okay.
Because I was impressed by him.
Yeah, you can certainly ask. The nurses are not gonna be suspicious about that because they get that on occasion with this guy.
Yeah.
I've made him
Can it be
visible
introduced
to
in chat?
you. He's Mr. Percy.
Mr. Percy. Got
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So that sounds to me I need to fucking relax after this.
You could
Like,
go with the nurse for a drink.
not the head nurse. Fuck that shit.
He goes for a drink with the other nurses.
Yes.
You are still technically on your shift for about another hour.
Yeah, I'm going to stay to finish it, but I'm going to try and, take it slow. Like, I'm drained. I don't want to strain anymore until I finish, unless it is something really in need of
Mm-hmm.
after that thing.
Let's see. Let's see if Demi notices anything weird. Wow.
Here comes the other bar. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Demi is just cursed.
Okay.
Mm.
No.
Then this
Draco
turns
just
into a
curses him.
straight luck roll to see if horrible things happen to him. No, he's fine.
Wow.
Oh, thank
Ah.
fuck.
Draco has horrible luck when rolling for Demi. I wonder why.
Well, Demi in theory
Hmm.
has horrible
Yeah.
luck rolling for Demi. So
Yes.
I mean, there are always those snake eyes I rolled when showing Armad how the luck macros work.
Yeah. Yeah. So I realize now caregiver is a really strong nature, but it fucks you in that field I am in. Like
Uh-huh.
you have
yeah.
to. Yeah.
You, if anything, you would feel compelled to keep an eye on the dude and make sure he really is okay and stay past your shift.
Yeah, that's totally something I would as a caregiver after all that surgery and all that clutch and all that thing is like make sure it's not a be thrown at vein or something,
I mean, he had.
You
Was
do
it
not
6
have
successes
a
on that?
shift, night shift, like tomorrow night, so
Yeah.
you're
I'm going to stay a bit over and, then
Yeah.
go and relax finally.
yes, it was 6 successes on perception craft. And okay, let me put this in out of game terms. That surgeon was pushing up against the limits of what is humanly possible.
Yes.
No, not that.
exactly.
I was more talking. He should know the guy is fine at this point.
No.
That was for evaluating the surgeon, not
Yeah.
the patient.
Oh. Okay.
That was
Yeah.
for realizing how fucking good he was. Truly good. And that he
What's the other luck die for?
That was to determine if Steele has a shift tomorrow and if he can manage to stay
that-
with the patient without getting fucked in some way. He doesn't.
Yeah.
You have a day off. You can chill.
Here's the good news.
Yeah.
As a doctor in similar such positions, usually have very long hours, but you have long weekends. It's great,
Yeah.
kind of. Except you're on call, so
Yeah.
at any point that could be called off.
Yeah, I would like to take it a bit slow after this and try and regain more because I'm feeling a lot, drained.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
don't want to go and mess with a patient tired or mentally drained. It will be a bad thing.
Okay, so you're going home?
After I make sure he's fine and everything.
Okay.
Like keep an eye, stay a bit over.
Alright. Yeah, they're keeping him sedated for now.
Okay. Like I'm going to stay like an hour or so, then I'm just going back to my apartment to just like relax, sleep, have a drink on my own, like just calm down in general.
Okay.
Okay, so do I need to quickly explain to everyone exactly what that was about? It seems like some people are confused about it.
You may.
That
Go
would be
ahead.
appreciated.
Okay, so what is humanly possible at the absolute best fringes of humanity is 10 dice. That's what he was rolling. With that kind of dice,
Yeah.
he could be hired by millionaires.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has no
Okay.
place in this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I knew that 5 dice, that having 5 pips in anything is really, really weird. So looking at that, I'm like, something is off. Why is he here? I could tell that myself, but
Yeah, like
yeah,
the role was about me realizing that as a solid thing and not just
Yeah.
out of character through dice.
Correct. So yeah, it just seemed like some people were a little confused on what was going on with that. So
Yep.
he now knows that there is an almost superhuman doctor,
And
just
a nurse
barely
that is
believable to be human.
and a nurse that is truly something else.
The plot thickens at the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like it's the base for a vampire.
Yeah. I know, right?
And you did only see this dude at night still. It was a night shift.
Yes.
Oh shit. He really has only seen him at night. Guys, we need to look into this fucker.
I mean,
We need to
Oh,
look
man.
into all the fuckers.
one
We're
at a
going to look
time.
into things-
We will do it when it's time. Do your other shit for now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
investigating. Who are
But-
you investigating, Craft Arrow?
So how do you want to split this, Aru? One of us takes the fight club, the other takes more hospital.
you should probably stick to the hospital. I'll go after the I'll look into Carla Wells.
I recommended you
I
guys
don't
just
think-
focused on the hospital gal to try and solve Steele's problem.
I think only one of you has actual license for a private investigator, though.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only
That's
me.
true. Hmm.
That's
what's your
why I
count?
don't really want to go to the fight club.
So I recommend with your powers combined. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Okay, so
I guess.
hospital?
Yep.
Anything
Yeah.
specific you're looking into?
Contacts of the gal.
Ah,
I mean,
Girl.
who she hangs out with,
So-
etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
How
the hell? I don't have
invasive
common sense.
about asking people in the hospital about her do you want to be?
by God, don't.
Because if you're
Not
just
very-
investigating from outside, it's difficult to figure out, but it's less likely to arouse suspicion.
Yeah, by God, don't. I'm already in
We
deep shit.
have. Yeah.
Like
Let's
you know,
not
I'm.
raise the
You know,
suspicion.
I am in deep shit.
Yeah, we're not raising suspicion, Steve. Calm down. Gonna do it the careful way. Even though we might need to be faster, let's be careful.
Alright. Then, let's call it a difficulty 8 roll, because he is mostly hanging out with hospital workers and in the hospital. So you have to put together things with a lot crappier set of sources.
Yeah. What rolls are we? What are we rolling?
Perception investigation, I would say.
All right.
Spend the
One of,
power.
like-
Wait. First off, who's leading this roll? That's the big question.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have more dice than you.
Yeah, you have more dice.
You
Lead
can, one of you can substitute something like charisma investigation instead if you want. Because mostly this will be
Okay.
going around talking to people.
Yeah. That's true. But I have 7 dice in perception investigation, so I'm gonna roll that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, who's
I'm
leading?
sticking to that.
Aru?
Yeah.
Aru.
Okay,
What difficulty?
8.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Spend willpower. Yeah, spend willpower.
You can't.
5 successes.
Oh, I
And
spent a
spend the
you
willpower.
spent a
willpower.
willpower, right? You spent a
I
willpower,
Yeah.
right?
spent a willpower. I said that.
Yeah,
I said that.
you both spent.
Good.
Oh
Good,
my
okay.
God.
I think that will only subtract my willpower success from that roll.
Yeah, you would
No.
only lose 1. Because
You do?
assists work weirdly. I think if you're deep in negatives, even if you didn't... Like, if he botched, there would be an additional complication of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Like suspicion ticks.
Or completely
Wow.
ruining your progress or
Yeah.
something horrible.
Yep. He isn't quite deep enough in the negatives to say, fuck it, it's a botch no matter how much willpower you spent.
Yeah,
Not
those
quite
are
there, but-
extremely rare. You need to be 6 below.
6 below? Okay, yeah.
Isn't it
I
5?
can barely
Well,
go that. That's like almost
Well, if you
impossible
have,
to
if your
do.
total amount of successes is -5, then you botch no matter what. Let's
It's just too rare to ignore.
waste. Yes, you don't waste
It's-
botches like that.
Like those
Only
botches
Jackalope does that, I
are
think.
are when the SD's like Christmas present.
God
Okay.
has said no. It's time to die.
Yeah. pretty
Okay,
much.
so you go through the hospital stuff again, and you have a pretty. I mean, she is friendly with the higher ups in the hospital,
Mhm.
and strangely enough, she has very few friends outside the hospital. Generally, it's after work drinks kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And her circle is mostly based around there, so for her, it's not really out of character to get to know the new guy.
Mhm.
But to that extent,
She,
No,
other
it's
than
not
that,
weird.
she does seem like a very, very interesting person in that she cares a great deal, right? And she acts accordingly.
Mhm.
Oh, hi, Demi.
Hello.
The one thing you
Oh,
do
it's that
notice,
Denver.
however, when Steele informs you about the suspicious doctor, his name was scrubbed from the records you were given.
Hmm.
He
Oh,
was
Like
one
he
of the guys
doesn't
who
want. It's
thought
like he
was
wants to
missing?
disappear.
yeah,
No, remember how we found that there were a few names missing? I found that earlier.
yeah. We now have that
But-
name.
Yeah. Weird.
The amounts of
Yeah.
money could vaguely line up to a, you know, like an on-call night emergency surgeon's salary, if he wasn't exceptionally good.
Yes.
So, am I getting... we need to do finance roles now.
No, you don't. With 4 successes overall, I am letting you know that, yeah, that cross-referencing, he isn't on the payrolls, at least not by that name. Not the ones you were given. And you know that people were missing from the records you were given.
Yeah, either missing or there were a few too many. That was what you told me.
Like, it didn't line up. Essentially, there's more people at the hospital that are being paid on the down low or something, or other expenses that, you know, have been left off. You know,
Either
like
they have too many
the
shift
amount, yeah,
workers, or
the
there's-
amount of shifts as opposed to individual people does it like is off by 1 shift or something, you know, like tiny mistake that, you know, something's going on there. And now you have a name to put to that, in theory.
That could just be a logistics error, by all means.
Yes, or it could be a vampire that has ghouls in the administrative branch of the hospital as well.
You cannot be sure. Well, you can at this point.
All signs
Ugh.
point to yes, Steele. So, before you have the next meeting, we are going to take a short break right after I flew Demi in. So, you have been finishing staking out the hospital. I rolled a luck die for you. You rolled a 1, but the luck die to see if you die horribly came up at a 7, so you're okay.
Hey. Did I see anything though out of
Yes, your
suspicious?
life flashed before your eyes on that one. And, well,
You felt an eerie sense of being watched. Then it disappeared.
Steele
pretty much.
essentially was in a surgery room with a doctor who was rolling 10 dice to save a dude's arm.
Who was basically a demigod at that point.
So,
Uh,
running
He was
theory seem
technically
yeah, the running theory by Epic is that it's a vampire with celerity.
I believe it.
yeah.
A super surgeon. I like it.
I mean,
Until he
Yes.
starts opening your blood vessels with surgical precision.
I mean, it's
It's a
either a
mouth
ghoul
surgeon,
with 1 dot
probably.
of celerity and 4 dots in one of those, or it's a vampire with a couple dots of celerity and,
and probably
3 dots in
some
one of
blood
those.
buff. He can probably afford it.
This sounds like a fucking doctor manga. He's doing it so fast. How is he doing this?
It's more like he's doing it so good. How the fuck is he
If-
managing that?
If it had gone up high enough that the dude was in danger of dying, and if he did have celerity, he might have used it then, but still did not catch him using celerity actively.
Even though I only did a valid help twice. Well, a token help. A help. But it fitted my character, so
Uh-huh.
I would have loved to see Steel roll more successes than him. To see his reaction.
I mean,
Oh, then
yeah.
Steel might have gotten turned then and there.
yeah,
Yeah.
because oh, he's so good. Oh boy, we have another one.
Anyway, I'm gonna
So, yeah.
split the recording. Feel free to clue them in, and I'll be back for the actual strategy meeting in a few minutes.